Hello and welcome to class. My name is Tiffany and today we're doing a gentle yoga routine for beginners and we'll need a bolster and 2 blocks. Set your bolster up so that it's right in the middle of your mat. Nice thing about the bolster is that it lifts up your hips. So oftentimes I see students rounding their backs, knees are in their chest. This is going to help tilt those hips forward and feel a little more comfortable. We also have 2 blocks handy, so you can set those under your knees. We're going to begin class in a seated position, so I want you to be comfortable. You have maybe some fleshy bits on your sit bones, which is basically your butt. So if you want to just pull the skin away a little bit so that you could help to kind of connect to the mat a little bit better. Since we're in a beginner's class, I want to talk about the breath before we even get into it. Every yoga class begins with a little bit of what teachers like to call grounding. This helps to prepare your body for a yoga practice. So if you are starting seated, lying down, wherever you're at, you're gonna start with a little bit of breath, and usually it's something called Ujjayi. You don't have to remember this, but essentially what it means is a paced breath. So as you inhale, maybe 3 counts, you exhale the same amount of counts. So inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3. That might not be enough breath for you, so you go inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. When we slow down the breath and kind of tap into this pacing, you get a little bit more connected with the body, which is really what yoga is all about. Yoga means to yoke, which means to connect. And oftentimes, yoga and breath connect yourself better to the body. Okay, so let's begin. And you can just set your hands just on your knees or wherever it's comfortable. If you need to maybe extend one of your legs, adjust. This beginning kind of seated breath work, it's nothing fancy. It's just to get yourself into your body. So inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. All right, breathe normally. Another cleansing breath. So that just means a big breath in, open mouth, exhale. Kind of rinses out what you just did. It's okay, now we're gonna kind of start from the beginning again, essentially. So inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Try this 2 times on your own. All right, now find your cleansing breath. Yeah? Okay, very good. This is what yoga is all about. Go ahead and set your blocks up at the top of your mat now, and we're setting up our bolster under our knees, and we're gonna go into a pose called cat-cow. So set your knees on your bolster. This is great if you have sensitive knees. And then hands go on to blocks. If you don't have these props, you can just use a towel or a stool or something like that. Look between your hands and give your chin a little bit of a tuck. Tuck your toes a little bit and just stay here for a moment. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. This is what I'm going to call your neutral spine. When I say back to center, this is what I mean. And then inhale, drop the belly. So look up and stick your booty back. So your belly drops. So it's kind of like this cow shape. Hold this position and take a deep inhale in. Fill up that belly. And an exhale. Inhale again. Exhale. So we're using that same Ujjayi breath. Push your hands in, come back to center. So now we're back to neutral. Come off the wrist, shake them out for a moment. And then let's go back in. And this time we'll find our cat. So kind of like an angry cat. Tuck your pelvis, tuck your chin, and push into the hands so that the shoulders come up like that angry cat. Take a deep inhale here. And an exhale. One more time. Now go ahead and come back to center and feel that neutral spine again. Come off of your hands, shake them out. And now we'll go between the two. Inhale and exhale. Inhale is your cow. Exhale is your cat. And I will guide you the entire time. So plant your hands down again. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest and the booty. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin, tuck the pelvis, find your cat. Inhale for your cow. Exhale for your cat. We're using that same Ujjayi breath. So inhale, cow, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, cat, 2, 3, 4. Now inhale, 2, 3, 4, cow. Exhale, cat, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Go ahead and come back off, shake it out. Now, on this next round, I want you to find a little bit of movement for your breath. Okay, so plant your hands and find your cow. Inhale. And then exhale, find your cat. Now go at your own pace. So inhaling and exhaling, moving through your cats and your cows. Moving your spine back and forth. You can't go too slow here. Do this 2 more times on your own. Go ahead and come back to neutral. Sit your hips back and shake out your hands. Nice, good job. Okay, now I would like, now you can lean off to one side, plant your hand down, and step your left foot forward. We'll find a low lunge. So what that means is this knee is down and this foot is down. So find the positioning. And once you find it, I like to set the blocks up tall setting. So you might like that too. Try it if you have blocks. Otherwise, a wall right next to you might be a nice little point of leverage, or maybe a chair, something like that. Because this is kind of a balanced posture, right? You don't feel like you're 100%. And then with your low lunge, you want to be more on railroad tracks, not a tightrope. So if your feet are in line with your knees, maybe move them so they're a little bit wider. And then you could even kind of lean onto the blocks and find like, how does my knee need to be on this bolster, right? Lift up, set down, lift it up, set it down. So you're just trying to get comfortable in this position. And what happens a lot is people like to lift up their chest so their ribs come up. So think about the ribs and the hips being in the same line. Yeah, your core might kind of turn on. If it's not, then cough. You kind of feel that like little pull up. That's your core turning on. And then maybe like a little stretch here on the front of the thigh. So that's your low lunge. And we'll just sit here for a moment. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And then go ahead and shift your hips back and set your hand, opposite hand on the ground, and swing around this left leg to come back to your center essentially. So both knees are on the bolster. And then switch sides. So left hand comes down, right foot now comes in between your blocks. You find your railroad tracks with your feet. Maybe you adjust your knee on your bolster if you're using one. And you find the position that works best for you. Maybe you move your blocks closer so you're feeling a little bit more balanced, or wall, or whatever you've got. So now focus on those ribs in line with the hips. Maybe give a cough. Feel that little bit of core engagement happening. And then this is also nice to stretch out the front of the left thigh. If you're not feeling it, squeeze that left glute. Yeah? Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. All right, go ahead and shift your hips back. Set your left hand down. Maybe move your block out of the way. Swing around your right leg. We'll do both sides one more time. So maybe plant your hand on the block, swing around your left leg. The block's back in center. And so now we're back to that left side. Think about lifting up your chest, maybe tucking those ribs down, feeling a stretch here. Squeeze the right glute. And maybe even like press that big toe in on the front foot. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and shift your hips back. Bring that right hand back down. Swing around that left leg. And then we move over to the other side. Maybe move blocks out of the way. And let that right leg come forward. Set your blocks up in whatever way feels nice. Maybe readjust your knee. Lift up the chest. Notice the little engagement here. Cough. Squeeze that left glute. And maybe push down with this big toe. Hands can come to blocks or whatever leverage you have. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Look forward. Lift your chest. Deep inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Now go ahead and bring your left hand down. Swing around that right foot. And let's go right back into your cat-cow. So bring your blocks out in front. Inhale, 2, 3, 4 for your cow. Exhale, 2, 3, 4 for a cat. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Good job. Okay, let's set up our bolster again so that we can come to a seat. And then you can take your blocks and put them on either side of your knees. Come into a comfortable cross-legged position. Adjust that beautiful belly. So maybe you push into the sides where it meets the belly. Bring your hands out. And let's do that breathwork practice one more time before we go into our final pose, which is everybody's favorite. It's called Shavasana, and we'll get there in just a moment. So, breathwork practice one more time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Now practice on your own 2 times. Amazing job. Final resting posture. It's called corpse pose or Shavasana. And this is a pose where we lie on our backs and we kind of recalibrate ourselves before we enter the world again. So we started with grounding to enter this yoga space, and we finish with Shavasana so that we can re-enter the world. So this is just part of yoga and some ways we can integrated into our practice. Bend your knees and place your feet on the ground and maybe just rock your knees from right to left. Sometimes that low back might pop or just need a little gentle little stretch. So this is kind of like windshield wipering, you'll hear a lot of people say. Now, if your low back is not a happy camper, you can keep your knees bent, or you can extend one leg or both legs. Your hands can be down by your sides, maybe roll the shoulders underneath your rib cage, and palms can be facing up or facing down, whichever way is more comfortable. Try both. I'm a big fan of figure out what works for you and your body for today. I like something under my head like your bolster, but it's not necessary. You can definitely have head on the ground. Take a deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. For Shavasana, we do normal breath. No need to focus on that ujjayi that we've been practicing. This is trying to get you acclimated into that regular life, right? So we're going back to life. Back to life, back to reality. So here, what I want you to do is to just relax your jaw, relax your face, your ears, your fingertips, your toe tips, your knees, your pelvis, your booty, all the places, and try to just let the gravity push you into the mat. Let yourself be heavy here. We're only here for a minute. And as you have thoughts come up, because you are going to have them, just notice them. And what I like to say is turn them into marbles and let them roll out of your brain. Have a thought, notice it, turn it into a marble, roll it out of your brain. You're going to be thinking like, what do I have to do next in my day? Or what happened earlier? So in order to stay in the present, think about how your body feels right now instead. So take a deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale, cleansing breath. And then normal breath. And we'll be silent in our Shavasana for 1 whole minute, beginning now. Begin to notice your breath. Wiggle fingertips, toes. Circle out wrists and the ankles. Take both hands overhead for a full body stretch. Maybe point the toes. And then gently bend your knees and place your feet on the ground. Lift up your hips and move them to the left. Roll over to the right side and find a fetal position. So your knees are bent and maybe your arm is making a little pillow for your head, and just be here for a moment. Deep inhale. There's no rush here. You've reserved this time for yoga. Lean forward and press into your hands and gently lift your torso up. Find that comfortable seated position that we started with, so bolster under the hips and maybe blocks under your knees. Or maybe your legs are extended because it's that time of the practice. Bring your hands to your heart center. So that just means middle of the rib cage where your sternum is. Maybe the thumbs are even gently touching. Tuck your chin. Maybe even close your eyes or a gentle gaze. So everything kind of goes blurry. Deep inhale. Exhale. Thank yourself for showing up today, being in this practice, learning something new. This is hard. It's hard for people to try new things sometimes, so I'm proud of you. You should be proud of you too. Bring your thumbs to your third eye, and that's that little space between your eyebrows. And I'm just going to say a little thing, and then we'll tuck our head and bow. The divine light within me honors the divine light within each and every one of you. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. And you can choose to bow your head as well. And I like to bring my hands to my heart and then grab my arms and give myself a squeeze and say, thank you, body. It is not corny. It's not lame. This is called gratitude. And your body deserves it. It deserves a little bit of gratitude as often as you can remember to do it. So, end of yoga practice just feels right. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you want more practices just like this, let me know in the comments down below. And also, you should sign up for my online Studio Tiffany Croww membership. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and I cannot wait to see you on the next one. Bye.